Hi everyone, welcome back to Woman Carrying Man. I am Jake, this is Nadia. Today we are talking about the third movie in the Tron series. I am so interested to talk to you about this because I have no idea if you have ever seen Tron, if you've ever seen Tron Legacy, what your connection to the franchise is. What was your thoughts going into this?
This is Tron Ares is actually my first experience with these series, and it's an interesting one to say the least.
Real quick, okay, hold on. I don't know what that was. I just need to preface this by saying this is a Jared Leto film, so be warned. I feel like a lot of the hype around this movie is because Nine Inch Nails did the soundtrack. We can talk a little bit about that, but I have no affinity necessarily for Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross. I have no idea about like what the hype is around this or whatever. The director made one of the Pirates movies, but not one of the good ones. Suffice to say, it seems like there was like mixed excitement for this film.
Okay.
In general.
All right.
That being said, what did you think of Tron Ares?
Oh man, so I don't mind Jared Leto.
I feel like he got an Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club, and
yeah, he was really good at that.
Yeah, but it was just like, what else has he done that's been really exciting? You know.
But it just
Morbius.
Honey, what am I wearing today?
Glasses.
What does that mean?
You're serious.
Yes.
All right, get to business. What are the hard facts?
I think that it was a boring ass film.
Okay.
But it was fun.
It was boring and fun.
Yeah. Have you ever watched a movie drunk?
Yes, many.
That's what it felt like.
All right.
But I wasn't drunk.
You weren't. Are you describing sleep deprivation?
No.
Okay.
I haven't watched the prequels, so I don't really know what to expect.
Prequels. I mean, there's not really prequels. It's just this is the third in a series.
Okay, I haven't watched any of its predecessors.
Okay.
I don't know what to expect. I've never watched the trailer. So the first 20 minutes, I was like, wow, this is 2 hours. I watched, The Smashing Machine earlier this film. That was 2 hours. I'm going to become a self-made smashing machine that smashes things in the theater because I am so tired of 2-hour movies that are just pointless. That's what I was thinking. And then I
just have to say the first 20 minutes of this movie are rough.
Yeah. An hour in, I went to the bathroom and then I had out of a body experience. I came back. Something happened.
What did you do in the bathroom?
I used the restroom for what people use the restroom for.
Drugs?
Yes.
Okay.
And then came back to the theater, and then there was this scene, and I can't get into that scene because this is a non-spoiler section, but I'll just say that people were on their motorcycle, and it like lit something in me.
Oh.
I like the colors. So red.
There's a lot of red in this.
And then I thought red used to be my favorite color.
Okay.
Until blue took over.
Right.
And then I thought, I wonder if there's going to be a blue color stuff in the screen. Later on, there was some blue, but not really. So.
I think this is one of your finest reviews, Sonny. So far, you love Jared Leto, and you love Jared Leto, and you love the color red.
Just saying, I realized.
Are you crying?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This movie was great.
Oh my god. Okay.
I shouldn't wear glasses more. Maybe it's the glasses.
No, I just think that you fell in love with this film basically after you had a drug experience. Someone gave you drugs in the bathroom and then you were tripping balls.
Movie makes you trip.
Okay, you think you're overselling it. Okay, so you warmed up to the movie. You liked it in the end.
No.
All right.
I neither liked it or disliked it. I was neutral.
Great. Anything else?
My rating?
Sure. 5 out of 10? You didn't like it or dislike it?
So much red. So I think 6 out of 10 is fine.
Cool.
What did you think, honey?
Okay.
You were not tripping balls?
No, I wasn't. What I experienced was a pretty fun blockbuster with an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was so awesome. There were some just like mid dull scenes that were elevated just because the music was just like really badass and like was a lot of great hype moments, fun set pieces. This movie is dumb as bricks. I mean, it's stupid, but to be fair, the whole Tron series is stupid. I saw Tron when I was a kid, the original one in the 80s, and then they did Tron Legacy, which famously had a Daft Punk soundtrack. Tron Legacy was directed by Joseph Kosinski, who ended up directing Top Gun Maverick and F1. That's a pretty good movie, from what I remember. I haven't seen it in a long time, but there are people who really love it. It wasn't like a super successful film, from what I remember. However, for some reason, Disney has this obsession with keeping Tron alive.
Is it like Jared Leto and all of the Trons?
No. It has nothing. This has nothing to do with any of that, except for the Flynn stuff, the Jeff Bridges connection, who they talk about throughout the film, and then a certain moments that we can talk about in spoilers. But overall, this movie is its own thing. But Disney is obsessed, I think, because they created they have a theme park ride based on Tron. The aesthetics are super awesome. People are fond of Tron Legacy, so let's do it like this. It feels like a compromised thing. I feel like there are some cool moments, but overall, I enjoyed it in the same way I enjoyed Jurassic World Rebirth, which a lot of people hated. But I was like, there are some fun set pieces. It's kind of stupid. It looks really good. I'm like, that's enough for me to kind of enjoy it. Like, it's doing the blockbuster thing right. It has great moments. It has the music. It's fun. It's stupid. The first 20 minutes, the movie starts like 3 times in a row. It's really obnoxious. But once you get into it, boom, we're in. Greta Lee, morning show. Great. So
she was in Past Lives.
It was just like fun. I feel like people are kind of hating on this movie a little too much.
Are they hating on this film?
I think people are they have their knives out and ready to go because they're ready.
I have a big recommendation for you guys on how not to hate this film. Mm-hmm. Go use the restroom.
You heard it here. So I'm giving this film a 6 out of 10.
Oh, same as me?
Yeah.
I feel like you and I are rating very similarly the last 2 videos.
We're aligning.
I would say in a very disturbing way.
Have I brought you to be more cynical, or are you making me less cynical?
I feel like you brought me down.
All right, well, let's get into spoilers.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1,
3, 2, 1 spoilers.
So you have an actual review.
That was your review, talking about the color red.
I was very mesmerized by all the colors. But
it's cool. There's good set pieces.
Well, okay, so the one that I'm talking about was the motorcycle, where there's the motorcycle, they're racing each other, and it leaves an actual...
The red line.
Separate red line that cut through things. It's interesting how that works. You don't really understand how it's being made. It almost feels like, oh my God, what's that movie with the pills? With Keanu Reeves.
The Matrix.
The Matrix. Oh my God. Like The Matrix.
The movie with the pills.
But it's like The Matrix, where you feel like this is not the real world. Like, there's no way that they get transported into the programming world. But it feels like the real world is already of the programming world because of the red and the visuals and how everything is approaching.
These movies are dumb. They make no sense. How are you transporting a physical biological form into a computer? It's funny because it's like there's scenes of this guy hacking on a computer, and then we see Jared Leto and his little guys running around on the grid. It's just kind of like back in the 80s they were doing like a fantasy version of like, what if like the inside of your computer was alive and there were little guys in there. And it's like people don't know enough about computers back then that they're just kind of like, yeah, sure.
It's
now
like
it's just
movie,
like
it's like the movie Inside Out, except it's programmed.
Yes, exactly. What if your microchip had feelings? So there's a sequence in this movie where Jared Leto goes into the original version of Tron.
Okay.
And I really like this. When he goes into the 80s looking thing, that is exactly what the original Tron looked like.
Oh, okay.
The whole movie. Incredibly dated. It looks very silly now, but that was the most CGI ever used in a movie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was revolutionary technologically. I think the movie's very cheesy and kind of boring, the original Tron, but it's like a cool relic. It's very cool visually to admire. This movie looks and feels a lot more like Tron Legacy, which came out in 2011, I think.
Okay.
Car rides and everything, whatever. But it all takes place inside the computer world. This movie imagines what if that stuff came out into the real world. And that's fun because like the motorcycles are cool. The big flying staple, that flies around. that's cool. Like, there are some really cool and effective, fun moments. It's just like dumb, stupid fun. And then Jared Leto was on screen. You're just kind of like, yeah, okay. It has like the typical Lego sequel stuff that you'd see. You know, he talks to the most boring part, I think, is like he goes back into the 1980s Tron world. I'm like, oh, awesome. We're going to have, is one of those motorcycles going to come out into the real world? Like, this is so fun. Then he just goes into the 1980s world and talks to Ghost Jeff Bridges for like 30 minutes, it feels like. It's just so boring.
It is so long. And it felt like, that's the thing. What? Okay, I have to know. What is up with these 2-hour films for the sake of 2-hour films? Like, are they just like, that's what it feels like.
I love how you're railing against 3-hour movies and now you're like, no. 2-hour movies are my enemy. Let's get things down to 90 minutes or else.
For movies like this, absolutely.
For a movie like this,
I think there's like, there are movies where it's justified. For example, like One Battle After Another. It didn't feel like it was 2 hours long, but I feel like,
because that movie was 2 hours 45 minutes.
But it didn't feel like it.
No.
But you know, it just doesn't feel like these types of movies are justified because it's like you're so aware of the time, and I don't think that's what they. It just feels like it's more of a personal project than something for other people. You
know what's funny is when I was getting a ticket and going to the theater today, there was this older couple that had like strong Southern accents. They were walking out and they were talking to the people, you know, selling popcorn, and they were like, "That movie was so great." And they're like, "Oh, we're happy you had a good time." She said, "Yeah, I just saw the One More Battle movie. So good." Oh my gosh. And I was like, oh, that's nice. I wish I was watching that again. But this was fine. Here's the thing. This movie will have its defenders for many years. Kind of like Tron Legacy and the whole Tron series. It's kind of like this ugly duckling where the people who love it for what it is will love it for what it is. I don't know why Disney keeps making it.
I like it for what it is.
Yeah, no, this was like a fun movie. That's the thing. Like, it is effective and fun, and this would be a fun movie to watch on cable in the middle of the afternoon when you got nothing else going on. Like, it's not bad.
Something really cool about the red.
You heard it here, folks. Red is back.
But I would like to see more blue.
Red and blue. Good dynamic.
What else do you have to say?
Nothing else. Regardless of our agreements or disagreements throughout this video, there's one thing we can agree on.
What's that?
Laughter is the best medicine.
That is so true.
When I was growing up, I loved watching Mystery Science Theater 3000, and a lot of people don't know that many of the people behind that show do similar work today on Riff Tracks.
What is Riff Tracks?
We talked about this. How many times do I have to...
Riff Tracks creates hilarious commentary tracks that make bad movies so much better.
Mike Nelson, Bill Corbett, and Kevin Murphy are some of the funniest people to watch movies with. This month, they watch Amityville: The Evil Escapes live with an audience.
I am obsessed with the Amityville series, so I'm especially looking forward to this.
You can watch Riff Tracks along with so much more on Nebula. Nebula is the largest creator-owned streaming platform in the world. It's where your favorite creators like Legal Eagle, Hello Future Me, Man Carrying Thing.
Who's that?
Create exciting new content. We have a pretty exciting announcement ourselves. Do you want to say?
Woman Carrying Man is on Nebula.
You can watch all of our regular videos ad-free on Nebula. We are also making a fun series of exclusive movie reviews, which we will start releasing later this month. There's a ton of other exciting original content being produced, from Jetlag to Abigail Thorne's Dracula's Ex-Girlfriend.
If you sign up using our link at go.nebula.tv/womancarryingman or use the link below, you can get Nebula for 40% off, which is $36 a year or $3 a month. You can also get a monthly plan for $6 a month or a lifetime plan for $300, which is usually costs $500.
And for those of you that want to share everything Nebula has to offer with your family and friends, Nebula is now offering monthly, annual, and lifetime gift cards. Use the link gift.nebula.tv/womancarryingman to give a month of Nebula to a friend for just $6 or a year for $36. You can also give lifetime memberships that cost $500 unless you use our link, in which case a lifetime membership costs $300. Thanks for watching, and thanks as always for supporting the channel. Anything else to add?
Divorce. No.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
I'm so awkward.
Yeah. Bye-bye.